like jumping off a moving train or something. So much is going on in real estate.
What happens is guys like you, or I would say anybody over 50
Has seen it.
They've seen the cycles. They've felt the pain if they made it. But a lot of people are pretty delusional about, and it has been for years, next year's going to be better than last year. It's just not the case.
No. What happened since 2008, they kept lowering interest rates, and the whole world economy went into a bubble.
Correct.
It was a real estate bubble, a bond bubble, and a stock bubble. And so everything got inflated, but as they started to lower interest rates in 2020, or raise interest rates in 2020, a lot of those bubbles are bursting. So it's good news and bad news. And all of us are old guys. The people I caution that you have a financial planner that's at 35, let's say. That financial planner has only known a boom market. Because as it dropped interest rates, the market kept going up. So I meet some of the young women and men, they go, oh, yeah. All they know is a good market. But the biggest opportunities float when the bodies start floating. When the bodies start floating to the surface, you go, oh my God, I can't believe that came up. Oh my God, look at that. There were so many deals coming up when the fish start to float. And it goes to the saying, your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell.
So the cash flow versus capital gain strategy that you laid out in Bridgehead Port Ed, this is the time where you're going to start to realize that philosophy. That's been our philosophy all along. Everything I have cash flows, and that's just not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people bought big assets on a capital gain strategy, and guess what? That gain is not there.
So capital gain strategies, we call it flipping. When I first met Kenny 20-something years ago, everybody was into flipping. The show Flip This House and all this. So you buy a property for, let's say, $10,000. It goes up to $15,000. You flip it, you net $5,000, but you pay capital gains. And we don't do that. I'm chuckling because the world's full of real estate gurus. If you're a housewife or a husband and you bought 2 real estate properties, you're now Donald Trump as far as you're concerned.
Right.
But there's some of these charlatans on YouTube. I've got into arguments with some of them. This guy says the way you get rich, just go out and buy a 200-unit apartment house. And I said, you don't start with a 200-unit apartment house. That's suicide. But that's what he was selling. And I know the trick is called a bait and switch. So you go there, he shows you how you too can buy a 200-unit apartment house for like nothing down and all this other stuff, but you're on the hook for millions. And then you go roaring off and try to do it. His real gimmick is to sell you what he's selling.
Oh, you can't do it? I can do it for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's frightening times, but it's also exciting times. Always remember your profit is made when you buy. And then one of the things I really get kind of sad about people, when real estate started going up, everybody started jumping in. And that's not when you jump in, not when it's going up. You want to ride that roller coaster down and then buy.
When there's a line out the door of people trying to buy the asset, that means it's over.
As many of you know, the economy is on shaky grounds. Banks are failing all over the place. And the question is, what do you do about it? And I get really, really excited because your profits are made when you buy. And as prices of real estate crash, it's actually the best time to be a buyer. But as I say it again, I meet people who are amateurs at this business. They wait, the price on the 100,000 went up 200,000. Oh, we got buyers lined up for the property. And that's when people jump in. You should be getting out. Another thing too is that people say, well, I don't have money and all this. When the real estate market crashed, it's crashed several times.
Yep.
And I had no money. And I started trying to put a deal together when interest rates were 12%. And today's what percent are they today?
Yeah, it's more like 5 to 6.
And people come, I would have killed back then for a 5 to 6% interest rate. It's always a good time, but you have to know what you're doing with real estate.